What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, I wanted to talk to you all about a crypto that I did just add to my own portfolio. I wanted to talk about who they are, what they do, why I added them to my portfolio, and why we actually did make a pretty big alpha report in them over in HG Access, because we do think they have a ton of opportunity. Now, towards the middle of end of the video, I'm actually going to tell you a funny story about this crypto, because it taught me a pretty big lesson in the world of crypto, but it absolutely sucked to have to go through it. So if you do want to hear a funny story, stay tuned for a little bit towards the end of the video. But in today's video, again, we are going to be talking about Inspect. Now, this is a crypto that I have added a pretty sizable bag of to my own portfolio. They're in my secondary portfolio, so not like my Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana portfolio, but my one of smaller micro caps and mid-size altcoins, and it's about roughly 5 to 8% of that portfolio, so pretty sizable. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, well, why in the world did I add a pretty nice size position to my own bag here? Well, let's talk about who they are and what they do. Now, Inspect says that they are the layer 2 built for X, or other known as Twitter. Now, what they allow you to do is to instantly turn X to a Web3 platform. You can, of course, elevate your crypto journey with Inspect's all-in-one extension and web app. So it's not like this is just some random project. They already have been in development. They already have thousands and tens of thousands of users, and this is something actively generating a ton of revenue already. Now, let's talk a little bit about how they are considered the layer 2 of X, and then we'll talk a bit about what their platform is, how their token works, things of that nature. So what they say here is that with Inspect, you can explore the crypto universe like never before. Their powerful tools and data-driven analytics enable you to navigate trends, identify opportunities, and make informed decisions. They allow you to also track market trends, monitor favorite tokens, and enjoy a seamless experience. So imagine if you were able to download X, you will then have a bunch of integrations, widgets, and features implemented onto your X account that allow you to do more due diligence, learn more about projects and cryptos and things of that nature. So basically it allows them to scale X like you would scale a layer 1 by creating a layer 2 called, of course, Inspect. Now, I do believe things like this are going to absolutely be the future of most social media platforms. Web3 has been injecting itself within every aspect of the world. We've already seen Facebook change its name to Meta. We've seen Instagram dabble with NFTs. So has Twitter and X and all of these things. And so being able to implement and kind of scale those social platforms by adding these different Web3 elements is something that I think is inevitable. And I think Inspect is the top runner up to really make that happen, as they're literally already doing it. Now, I do personally, again, believe this will be even more popular as we do go forward into the bull market, as people start to look more into crypto projects, look more into NFT projects, start doing their due diligence, because social media, those social platforms are the best places, the absolute best places to learn the most about crypto projects. And so because you have the place where everyone's looking to learn about crypto projects, and you have a place where all of the crypto projects are going to be posting information about themselves, implementing an element that allows you to kind of bridge those two communities together, like Inspect, absolutely amazing. Totally on board. Phenomenal idea. I'm sure hard to develop, but now that it's developed, absolutely stunning. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the actual ecosystem itself and what are some of the things that they offer. Now, first and foremost, let's actually just go to the downloads, and then we can kind of take a little bit of a look at what their Web3 extension actually looks like, their Chrome extension here, okay? So what you can see here is that if we go a little bit further down here, boom. So what you can do is you can learn more about NFTs with just one click. They have this feature, this extension feature, in which whenever you're scrolling on your Twitter, it will automatically detect when an NFT has popped up on your timeline. Then you can click on it and it'll tell you more information about that NFT, the project behind it, the minting, the floor price, all of these things that'll allow you to do some research. So say, for example, if you're following a ton of NFT content creators and they're posting about the NFTs they're buying or the projects they're looking into, you can automatically have widgets and elements that allow you to learn more about those without ever having to leave X. It just, again, it scales X. That's literally all it does. It scales it to make it a better platform for Web3 users. Now, on top of that, they have their own DApp as well. So if we go to their app, we can actually see that they have provided a ton of value in the app itself. So what you can see here again is that they call this the pulse of Web3. It allows you to dive into your NFT community, track its expansion, trace influential leaders, and experience a world of opportunities. What you can see here is there's a couple things that you can do that I really like, but my favorite is Twitter profile global reach. So say, for example, there's a new collection that just released called Bozo Collective. Let's use this as an example. What you can immediately see is their followers and how that's growing, their tweets per day, their influence rank, and of course their global reach, to see how the overall social metrics are performing. Because at the end of the day, a Web3 project is no good without good socials. That's not my rules. It's just what it is, right? And so if you go ahead and you then click it and go to their inspect profile, you can get even more information to do your due diligence. You can get all that immediate information like we said before, but then you can really see how's their global reach growing? How's their followers growing? How's their follower rank growing? What's some of the history behind the project? What are some of all of the profiles using this profile picture so you can see how big the community is? You can see all of these things just in one place, and this is in addition to their Chrome web extension, right? And so by doing all of this, again, it allows people, especially within the world of NFTs, to learn more and to do more due diligence and grow faster in a way that we've really never seen before, but in a way that I think is the future of social platforms within the world of Web3. No questions asked. Okay. Now going forward, there actually is way more to the ecosystem. So let's go back out here and we're going to go all the way down, down, down. Let's go. Here we can see there are a ton more aspects to the ecosystem as well. Let's talk about what some of them are. We can see that they have, of course, their Inspect Pro, which allows you to unlock a world of possibilities with Inspect Pro, where premium features provide you with an edge in the ever-evolving crypto and NFT landscape. That's like collection rankings and just even more information. They have their listing protocol, which streamlines projects, tokens, or NFT listings on Inspect, gaining exposure to one of the largest user bases in the industry. Listing protocol gives projects an incomparable distribution of core events and project progress. They have Inspect Ads, which is a targeted advertising program within the Inspect ecosystem that has over 40,000 assets within the industry to promote their products or services to over 500,000 users. There's Inspect Groups, which is a community-driven feature that fosters engagement, collabs, and knowledge sharing among Inspect users. There's Inspect Transact, which provides the fastest retail fiat on-ramp in the industry, which is extremely important, especially as we have been seeing banks giving us problems. And then finally, there is Learn to Earn, featured by Inspect Academy, which is a powerful platform that connects a range of businesses through incentive-driven learning experiences. They allow you to participate in activities, interact with native crypto products, and educate yourself on the industry's latest trends, all while earning rewards. So all of these different products and services that they're offering, and of course their extension, and of course their app itself, are all generating them revenue, bringing them on more volume. And of that revenue and of that volume, they now have a native token that is directly benefiting from all that revenue and all that volume, and that is the Inspect token, or the INSP token. Now, this thing is currently only sitting right around a $33 million market cap. I do believe if this is implemented even further on X, if it is something that we see continue to grow, that is used by all your Twitter influencers or YouTube influencers when they're doing their due diligence, there's no reason why this can't be a $100 million, $250 million company. I absolutely to my core believe that. And I actually do have a funny story to tell that kind of makes me sad to say that. So, not too long ago, okay, this was probably 6 weeks ago, roughly, I got a message from a good friend of mine, Connor Kenny. Now, he is a good friend of mine, but I hate him, but I love him. You guys probably know how that goes. But he sent me a message and he was like, yo, T, I just invested into this company named Inspect. It's so good. They have so many backers. They're talking to Alex Becker. They have a community. They have users. They're generating revenue, all of these things. Now, this is knowledge and information that you can only really get as an influencer. It's not really something that is available to the public. But what I will say is these are the type of opportunities we are now talking about over in HG Access. Of course, you guys have seen on multiple occasions over in HG Access, we're generating 700%, 1,000%, 200%, 50% in gains just within the last week. We're absolutely changing the way that retail investors invest into crypto. So of course, make sure you do go down to the links down below and go check that out. It's a bunch of creators contributing information that has already made people thousands of dollars over the last few days. So don't miss out. Stop missing out. It's game changing. Okay. But he sent me this message. And at the time I was actually getting ready to buy another house. You guys know I do real estate investing. And so I was putting aside about $20,000 to $25,000 because I was hoping that I would be able to put a down payment on this house that I was scouting. Now the house falls through and I never end up investing that money into Inspect. Well, Inspect goes live and it goes all the way up at one point. If we pull up the chart here, it gets up to 32 cents. And I go think back, I'm like, damn, what could I have invested into this thing at? And I go look at it, it was at 1.5 cents, meaning that I could have easily did a nice little, 12, 15, 17x on this thing. And I was so frustrated because a lot of the times I'll put in, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 into these types of things because I do like them so much. And the one time that I skipped out on one, it freaking, could have made, a couple $100,000. So it was very annoying, right? Very frustrating, but it is a lesson that I learned that even sometimes when you're stacking cash or doing stuff, you can't ignore your fundamentals because fundamentally, this is the exact type of company that I do personally like to invest in. And so going forward, they do have a lot more that they're going to be bringing to the platform. They're going to be growing this thing. The roadmap does look pretty damn impressive. Let's kind of just go over to that real quick before we do wrap this video up. If we go over to the roadmap, what you can see is that Q4, of course, 2023 was just the listing protocol and inspect ads. Q1 is all about the inspect pro release, which is, I mean, kind of the staple of their entire ecosystem. Next quarter, they will be focusing on inspect groups protocol and then inspect transact. And in Q3, they will be releasing the mobile app. So they plan on bringing all of this development, all of this utility directly to our fingertips. And in my opinion, again, in a bull market, there's no reason why it can't be a 100, 200, $300 million company. So I did add them to my own long-term portfolio, made them a pretty sizable holding. I wish I would have bought in earlier, but that's the name of the game. What can you do? So, of course, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. As I mentioned before earlier, if you do want to go check them out, I have all the links down and below in the comments. Make sure you check them out. Let me know what you think. And also, like I said, I could have invested into this thing and got a 15 or a 20x way before everyone else even knew about it. And those type of opportunities and that type of possibility is only accessible through something like HG Access. We're the only people on YouTube doing what we're doing here. So make sure you go to the links below. Stop missing out. We have over 1,000 free members, over 100 paid members in the community in the first week. It's game changing. So make sure you go check it out. Let me know what you think. And of course, I hope you guys did enjoy another video. Peace out, everybody.